continue our review here now on page 2. The diagonals of this rhombus intersect at point T. In a rhombus, diagonals are perpendicular, so that means that there is a right angle, and there's right angles all around here. Given that the measure of angle RPS is 30 degrees, so here's a 30-degree angle, and the length of RS is 7, find the indicated measures. Okay, so the first thing is the measure of angle SPQ. SPQ, the diagonals of a rhombus bisect the angle, so this is 30 degrees right here. So SPQ is 30 plus 30, 60 degrees. The measure of angle RTS, so that's right here at T. Diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular, so that is 90 degrees. The measure of angle RSP. RSP. So here I have a 90-degree angle. Here's a 30. So if I do 180 minus 30 and 90, that leaves me with 60. So I've got a 60-degree angle right here for RST, which means this is also 60 degrees. So RSP is 60 plus 60, which is 120 degrees. There's a few different ways that I could actually find ST, but let's use sine, cosine, tangent. Okay, so I've got a 60-degree angle right here. Across the triangle is the opposite leg, and what I'm looking for is the adjacent leg. Opposite and adjacent means tangent. So tangent 60 degrees is to 1, as the opposite leg, 6, is to the adjacent leg, which is ST. Okay, so I can switch these and divide. So I can switch diagonally and get ST is equal to 6 divided by tan 60. Okay, so 6 divided by tan 60 is 3.46. So ST is 3.46. Next up is QS. So if ST is 3.46, QS is 2 times 3.46. And that is 6.93. And last is PR. So PR, I have RT is 6, so PR is 2 times 6, which is 12. Next up we have midsegment of a trapezoid. So midsegment of a trapezoid is half the sum of these two bases. So it's the average of the bases. Okay, so 17.1 is equal to half of 2x plus 8x plus 3.2. So to solve this, I would get rid of this half by multiplying both sides by the denominator, which is 2. And that gives me 34.2 equals, and I can combine these like terms, 10x plus 3.2. So I will subtract 3.2, and I get 10x equals 31. And then divide by 10. 31 tenths is a good answer, but this one actually did start with decimals, so I will just leave my answer as a decimal. 31 divided by 10 is 3.1. Okay, here, same type of problem. 32, the midsegment, equals half of the sum of the bases, 43 plus 4x. And I'll multiply by 2 and get 64 equals 43 plus 4x. Minus 43. 64 minus 43 is 21. 21 equals 4x. So we'll divide by 4. This one didn't start with decimals, so I would actually like to leave this one as an improper fraction, 21/4. Next up we have some kites. Find the measure of angle K. So angle K has to be congruent to angle M because a kite has one pair of opposite angles that are congruent and 60 and 50 are not congruent, so M and K are the congruent angles. So I will call each of those X. So there's two X's plus 60 and 50 makes 110. And a kite is a quadrilateral, so it's going to add up to 360 degrees. So I get 2x equals 250. And I can divide both sides by 2 and get x equals 125. So we were not asked for a value of x, we were asked for a measure of angle K. The measure of angle K is 125 degrees. On this kite, the two congruent angles are M and K. The congruent angles are always between non-congruent sides. Okay, so I know this is 88. And what I'm looking for is the measure of angle J. So this one I can do a little bit more simply. I know a kite is going to add up to 360 because it's a quadrilateral. Minus 88, minus another 88, minus 120. And that is 64. So the measure of angle J is 64 degrees. And last up, I have a parallelogram, and I want the values of x and y. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are congruent, so that means that negative 4x plus 9y is equal to 9, and negative x plus 3y is equal to 6. Okay, so I'm going to have to eliminate either the x's or the y's. I'll eliminate the x's by multiplying this one here by negative 4. And that gives me positive 4x minus 12y equals negative 24. Now if I combine these two equations, the x's will cancel. 9y minus 12y is negative 3y. And then 9 minus 24 is negative 15. And I can divide by negative 3. Negative 15 divided by negative 3 is 5. So y is 5. Now I can substitute that into either of the two original equations. I'll go with this one right here. Negative x plus 3 times y, which is 5, equals 6. So that's negative x plus 15 equals 6. I will subtract 15. That gives me negative x equals 6 minus 15 is negative 9. And I can divide both sides by negative 1. And I get x equals 9.